Good morning, students. Today, once again, we are going to start or resume the remaining part of the chapter Discovering Truth. Okay, your page number is 23, and we will start the second para from the last. After months of carefully recording the Pharaoh's funerary treasures, I told you yesterday what is the meaning of Pharaoh. Pharaoh means it is a title of Egyptian kings. The title which is given to Egyptian kings is known as Pharaoh. Funerary treasures. What is the meaning of treasures? The things which were buried, with the dead body of King Tut are known as funerary treasures. Next, the first Carter began investigating his three nested coffins. Opening the first, Howard Carter, I told you about Howard Carter yesterday. He decided to search. When he opened first coffin, what did he see? He found a shroud. Shroud means is a kind of cloth or like blanket also. He found shroud means which is used to cover dead body. He found a shroud adorned, decorated with garlands of willow. Willow is a kind of tree, and olive leaves. Olive leaves, it is also a tree. Wild celery. Celery is also plant. Lotus petals. Petals means feathers of lotus, and cornflowers. Flowers of wild plant. And the faded means dim or dull. Evidence, it means clues of burial. It means rites, rites, rites in March or April. It was decided that because of these things, इन सभी चीजों को देखकर it was decided, ये decide किया गया क्या किया गया? Decide that his death occurred in the month of March or April. This is also most important question for your exam. Why? How was it decided that he was died in the month of May or April? Because these flowers bloom in those months. ये flower उन्हीं months में bloom करते थे. That's why it was supposed. When he finally reached the mummy, when Howard Carter reached the mummy, though he ran into trouble, the rituals resins means substance that is produced by some trees like गोंद जैसा होता है gum. Had hardened. What did Howard Carter see? The resins was hardened, cementing to bottom of a solid gold coffin. And you know the body of like back part of King Tut, it had like completely connected. It had been completely connected with the coffin also. No amount of legitimate. What is legitimate? It means appropriate. Force could move them. It means the mummy was in miserable condition. It was badly connected with coffin, and according to Howard Carter, no one could remove it from its place. Carter wrote later what was to be done. The sun can beat down like a hammer. This so south in Egypt. Beat down means shine with beat. The sun can beat down like a hammer. The sun was shining like a hammer in south in Egypt, and Carter tried to use it to loosen the resins. What is the meaning of loosens? To make it loose. For several hours, he set the mummy outside the blazing sunshine. He put the mummy outside the blazing sunshine. Then, what is sunshine? The sun was shining brightly because, as I told you, there was too much heat. Okay. They heated it to 149 degrees Fahrenheit. Nothing buzzed. What is this? Nothing moved swiftly. He reported with scientific detachment, indifference, yani ki emotionless, being emotionless. That consolidated. What is consolidated? Solidified. Material had to be chiseled away. What is chiseled away? Chiseled away is removed from beneath the limbs and trunks before it was possible to raise the king's remains. Howard Carter ने कहा कि बॉडी को एक किसी लाइक चिजल्स अवे उसको रिमूव करने के लिए किसी इंस्ट्रूमेंट की जरूरत पड़ेगी, क्योंकि बॉडी थी वो कंप्लीटली क्या हो गई थी? इट वाज कनेक्टेड विद कॉफिन. इतनी बुरी तरह से जुड़ी हुई थी, अटैच थी कि उसे उखाड़ने के लिए किसी इंस्ट्रूमेंट की जरूरत थी. In his defense, Carter really had little choice. If he hadn't cut the mummy free, if he did not make the mummy free, thieves जो चोर होंगे most certainly would have circumvented the guards. What is circumvented the guards? It means the mummies like gold ornaments will be stolen by the thieves, and here we can see our circumvented means found a way of escaping. Found a way of escaping. हावर्ड कार्टर जानते थे कि अगर मम्मी को इस कॉफिन से अलग नहीं किया गया, जो थीव्स होंगे ना वो क्या करेंगे? गार्ड को बेवकूफ बना के यहाँ से बच के निकल जाएंगे. एंड रिप्ड इनटू apart to remove the gold. What is ripped into means? tore into pieces and the thieves क्या करेंगे, चोर क्या करेंगे, they will tore into pieces, उस बॉडी के उसकी मम्मी के टुकड़े टुकड़े कर देंगे। चोरों को क्या मतलब है कि किसकी मम्मी है किसकी नहीं है, वो तो उस मम्मी के टुकड़े टुकड़े कर देंगे। ripped into, we can apart, it means they will break it completely, tear it, tore into pieces. In Tut's time, the royals were fabulously wealthy. What is fabulously? Extremely. The royals people, they were extremely wealthy, and they thought or hoped they could take their riches with them. And it was ill custom, it was considered by them that after their death they will be able to take the riches, the property with them. उनका ये सोचना था कि हमारी डेथ के बाद हम इन चीज़ों को अपने साथ ले जा सकते हैं। For his journey to the great beyond, King Tut was lavished and provided with glittering golds. जब King Tut को दफनाया गया, he was given or he was covered with glittering shining golds, precious collars means he was decorated with precious necklace, collar means necklace, inlaid means designer necklace, and bracelets, rings, amulets. What is the meaning of amulets? हम जो ताबीज पहनते हैं ना, that is one amulet. A ceremonial apparel at a kind of cloth, and a mask also. Inner coffin and now two lines remaining. Sandals, sheaths for his fingers, sheaths means covers for his fingers, उसकी फिंगर को कवर करने के लिए, ढकने के लिए कुछ शीट्स तैयार की गया like लेदर की, and toes, and now iconic inner coffin. Iconic means pure, he was laid in iconic, it means pure inner coffin, and mask also, all of pure gold, वो सभी गोल्ड की बनी हुई थी, to separate Tut from his ornaments. किंग को उसके ऑर्नामेंट से अलग करने के लिए कार्टर्स मैन रिमूव द ममीज हेड। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कार्टर के लोगों ने दे स्टार्टेड रिमूविंग द हेड ऑफ ममी एंड सीवियर्ड नियरली एवरी मेजर जॉइंट, दे ब्रोक एवरी मेजर जॉइंट। वंस दे हैड फिनिश्ड they reassembled the remains on a layer of sand in wooden box. When जब उन्होंने काम खत्म कर लिया, they recollected the remaining part on a layer of sand in a wooden box with padding. What is padding? With soft material that concealed the damage. Damage means concealed means hide. The bed where Tut now rest. Archaeology, it means study of like ancient like monuments also, places also. Has changed substantially, greatly in the intervening. What is intervening? In between. Intervening decades, focusing less on treasures and more on the fascinating details of life. जो आर्कियोलॉजी है वो ट्रेजर्स पे इतना ध्यान नहीं देता है, और किस पे ध्यान देता है आर्कियोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट आजकल? अबाउट लाइफ एंड डेथ ऑफ द किंग्स एंड इंट्रिगिविंग मिस्ट्रीज. व्हाट इज इंट्रिगिविंग? arising for a long time, which are arising for a long time, mysteries of death. It also uses more sophisticated tools. Sophisticated means highly developed. इसमें बताया जा रहा है कि किंग टुट की डेड बॉडी को जो बाहर निकाला गया, जो आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट थे, they were not interested in the gold ornaments which were covered around the dead body of King Tut. Instead, they were interested in the life and death of King Tut, including medical technology. In 1968, more than 40 years after Carter's discovery, an anatomy professor, what is anatomy? Study of human body is known as anatomy. An anatomy professor x-rayed the mummy and revealed, anatomy professor ने body का x-ray किया and revealed and exposed a surprising fact beneath the resins that cakes his chest. Cakes means harden his chest. His breastbone and front ribs are missing. उस डेड बॉडी का लाइक किंग टुट की मम्मी का जब एक्सरे किया गया तो एक प्रोफेसर ने क्या डिक्लेयर किया कि जो किंग टुट की जो ब्रेस्ट बोन थी और उसकी जो एक और चीज थी इसके अंदर, फ्रंट रिब्स, आगे की जो रिब्स थी, दे वर मिसिंग. वो क्या थी? मिसिंग थी, वो गायब थी. नेक्स्ट, टुडे आज diagnostics imaging can be done with the computed tomography. As you know, computed tomography is CT scan. What is computed? Calculated or CT, by which hundreds of x-rays in cross section are put together like slices pieces of bread to create a three-dimensional virtual body. आजकल एक्सरेज का जो तरीका चल चुका है, लाइक हाईली डेवलप्ड एक्सरेज. What more would a CT scan reveal of Tut than the X-ray? It means an X-ray could reveal more positive ideas, statement about King Tut than CT scan. and could it answer two of biggest questions still lingering about him. What is lingering? Which has come from a long time, for a long time, जो काफी टाइम से चल रही है, persisting. How did he die and how old was he at the time of his death? It means for the first matter to know how was he died, and second, what was his age when he was died. King Tut's demise, his death was a big event. कई लोग इसको टट बोलते हैं, King Tut, no problem. King Tut का जो death था was a big event. Even by royal standards, he was the last of his family line. And his funeral was the death rattle of dynasty. What is the death rattle? Death rattle means signal of death, and dynasty is empire. But the particulars of his passing away and its aftermath means after that, are unclear. It means, everyone knows that he was the last heir or successor of his family. But it is still not sure how was he died. What was the reason behind his death? कि उनकी मौत के पीछे रीजन क्या था? Amenhotep III, Tut's father or grandfather, not sure whether he was Tut's father or grandfather, was a powerful pharaoh. He was a powerful Egyptian king who ruled for almost 4 decades at the height of the 18th dynasty golden age. जिन्होंने 4 decades तक इजिप्ट पर राज किया था. His son Amenhotep IV succeeded, it means occupied him and initiated and started one of the strangest periods in the history of ancient Egypt. The new pharaoh आया ना, Amenhotep IV promoted the worship of the Aten. उन्होंने किसको promote किया? किसकी पूजा को? Aten की पूजा को. Who was Aten? The sun disk था, सूर्य देवता की तरह कह सकते. Changed his name to Akhenaten. उन्होंने अपना उनका नाम चेंज करके Akhenaten कर दिया. और servant of the Aten, and moved the religious capital from the old city to Thebes to new city of Akhenaten. उन्होंने किंगडम को, उनकी कैपिटल सिटी को भी चेंज कर दिया. Known now as Amarna. अब इसे अमारना के नाम से जाना जाता है. He further shocked the country by attacking Amun. Who was Amun? And after that, King Tut के जो परिवार में Amenhotep IV जो थे, he attacked. उन्होंने किस पे अटैक किया? Amun पर. Amun कौन था? A major god. Smashing, breaking his images, उन भगवान की मूर्तियों को तोड़वा दिया, and closing his temples. It must have been a horrific time, said Ray Johnson. Who was Ray Johnson? Director of the University of Chicago Research Center in Luxor, the site of ancient Thebes also. The family that had ruled for centuries was coming to an end, and then Akhenaten went a little wacky, means crazy. Beta, everyone knows what happened with King Tut and his family also. This family was cursed. ये family cursed थी, क्योंकि उनके जो फादर और ग्रैंड फादर थे Amenhotep III, और उनका जो बेटा था Amenhotep IV, like King Tut's father, he broke the statue of God. उन्होंने Amun की स्टेच्यू को तोड़ दिया. That's why their family was cursed. उनकी family शापित थी, and because of that King Tut died in his teenage. अपने teenage में वो मर गए. Dear students, the rest of the part of this chapter will be continued or will be done tomorrow. Thank you.